This is Erica Peterson, owner of EP Realty with Realty One Group signature. Welcome to Community Connection, where I interview local business owners. And today I'll be speaking with Sarah Wilding, owner of Crowns, Characters and Crowns. Sarah, welcome to Community Connection.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for joining me. And with that being said, we're going to get right into the question. Sarah, would you please describe your business?
So I own a character entertainment company. What that is we do like princess parties or superhero parties or mascot parties for birthdays and corporate events, business grand openings. We've done weddings before, we've done baby showers. Pretty much any party you have where you want a fun character, that's what we do. And in addition to that, I also do public events. So we do a lot of ticketed events. We just did this last weekend up in Draper. We did an Easter event where we had 5 different princesses and the Easter bunny, and we did an Easter egg hunt, and we did a whole brunch with the princesses, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds exciting. All right. And where are you originally from?
So I'm from Bakersfield, California.
Nice. You're not too far from home then.
Yeah. It's quite different here though. Utah is way different than California for sure.
Oh, I know it. What made you open your business?
So I was working for a similar company in California when I was there. I was just a princess myself. When I moved here, I loved it so much that I started working for another company that I found here. It was in Salt Lake. It's called, I guess we won't say what it's called, but it was a company. And I started working for it as a princess. I took over within like a month to manage it because I didn't like the way it was being ran. And about a year and a half later, I think it was, I was working for it, but there was just a lot of things like it was lacking. I mean, like, I just knew it could be better.
Okay.
Like I knew what I wanted my company to have in a way, I guess you could say, and it just didn't have it. And so my husband was like, why don't you start your own? And I was like, that's a lot of work. Probably can't do that. It's probably gonna be really hard. And he designed me a logo. He came up with my name actually. And he was like, okay, you have a logo, you have a name, start your company. So I did. I started it. It was January 2020 when we actually launched. So we launched, we did a couple birthday parties, and then I think it was around April when COVID hit. Yeah. So that happened my first year. And being an in-person company, you know, with events and parties and things isn't really ideal for COVID. So we went virtual. We did a lot of virtual parties and like video calls with kids. We sent out birthday cards that were like autographed from the characters to different kids every month for their birthday. I think, gosh, in May of last year. And I was the one signing everything from all the characters. I think I did like 315 cards to send out to kids. It was crazy. And then we also did story time. So every night during COVID, we would do a story time with the kids. We'd do it on our Instagram. People would get on and they can listen to the stories, and that would be posted later so kids could go back and watch it. And during that time when it was like really scary for kids and it was, everything was uncertain. We didn't really know what was going on as far as COVID was. It was kind of like a sense of magic that they still had and like hope and happiness to go on there and see their favorite characters telling them stories. And yeah, people really liked it.
Nice. Well, kudos to your husband for supporting you to get this started. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
And why did you choose this profession?
So I liked the whole characters things. I'm a big Disney girl, princess girl. I have 2 boys. I don't have any girls. So like the girly princess outlet, this is it. When I was littler, I would go to Disneyland. My aunt would take me a lot. And I remember the first time I met my favorite character. My favorite character switched between Belle and Ariel, but it was mostly Ariel. Belle was special because she had brown eyes and brown hair like me. And so like I could really relate to that. Yeah. And I see that a lot at our events too, is like kids really can relate to certain characters when they look like them or they have something similar to them. So that's really awesome. But back to Disneyland. Ariel. The first time I saw her at Disneyland, she was in her grotto, she was in her little shell, and she had the perfect red hair, just like the movies, and her eyes sparkled. She had like, I think it was crystals on her whole costume, and she was just the real deal. Like she was really Ariel. And I remember how I felt and how magical that experience was. And I just wanted to bring that to kids, here. Because the thing is, like, a lot of kids here in Utah, or even in California, honestly, not everybody gets to go to Disneyland or Disney World and experience that magic. So to have something so close to home and more affordable, so to speak, is kind of nice. So that way every kid can experience that.
I love this so much. My daughter has always wanted to go. We kept saying no, and finally we're taking her next week to Disneyland.
Exciting.
So we're excited for. She's a princess girl herself. She's all about it. So when you said that, I'm more like, okay, I get that.
Yeah. Does she have a favorite princess?
She loves Belle, just like you said. Belle and Ariel said thing, but now she's dipping into Princess Tiana because I love Princess Tiana. Like you said, it's something that you relate with.
Yeah, you can relate to, exactly. When you find a princess that you can relate to, whether it be, the way you look or how you feel or your personality or anything, it's great.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm excited.
Tiana's amazing. We had that event this past weekend and we had Tiana sing her song and it was awesome.
Oh,
it was
like so it. What drives you to do what you do and what motivates you?
I guess I kind of asked that in the past question. What drives me to do what I do is the look on those little girls' faces when they walk in and they see Princess Tiana and she comes up and she takes time from what she's doing, gets down on their level and talks to them and wants to hear about their dog or their day or compliments what they're wearing. And those little girls' faces just light up. It's amazing. My son, he's been working at my events the past couple of months and he is going to be 14. And even him, he comes to me and he's like, Mom, look how happy that made her. Like, that's amazing. And he even notices it. So it's really cool. And then a lot of the parents as well, like parents will come up and be like, thank you so much. Like she was really shy and she's not very outspoken, but she came up and she talked to Elsa. And so, yeah, it's things like that.
What you do is a big deal. You're making so many kids and parents happy, which is amazing. And what has surprised you the most when owning a business?
Oh gosh, how much I actually work. So I will wake up. We don't talk about what time I wake up because it's different every day, but like, I don't know, let's say 9 o'clock. Okay. So I wake up at 9 and I will be emails, Instagram messages, oh gosh, website messages, phone calls, calendar bookings, like everything from the time I wake up till the time I actually go to sleep. And me and my husband will lay in the bed and I'll still be writing back people, writing messages, answering questions, like everything, even like at 11:30 at night. So it's crazy how much you actually work owning a business.
Yeah. Oh,
people always like, oh, you own your own business, so you work your own hours. And I'm like, no. My own hours are actually more than if I was to work a 9-to-5 job, but I still love it.
Oh, that's good. It's the theme of everyone when it comes to being a business owner. Everybody always does the same thing, really. Timing and how much work it takes to run your business.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Oh, what was it like when you first started?
So when I first started, like I said, it was January of 2020. So it was a lot of, getting your name out there. We did a lot of very public events to, like get out there, meet people, show people what our business is about. It was slow for honestly, the first maybe 2 weeks. But as soon as you say those, those popular storybook names that people know, like Cinderella and Snow White and things like that, little girls, they come. So by the end of January, we were doing probably about 2 or 3 parties every weekend. And then it continued through February. Valentine's Day was really busy for us. We did some visits to people's works and stuff for Valentine visits. And then March happened and everything stopped.
Oh.
Everything had stopped. There was nothing going on. So we went virtual. Then we did, when things opened up a little bit, we did porch visits again. When they announced that we could have smaller events, nothing else was going on. So what we started doing was doing public events with we'd rent an Airbnb, and we would do 6 kids every hour. So the kids can interact with the princesses and kind of, still be in that small, safe environment, but still have, some social interaction and some sense of normalcy, if you will. And so we did that, and we continued that through the rest of the year. I think we started that in maybe July of 2020, and we continued all the way through December with smaller events. And what happened was everybody that came to those smaller events when nothing else was going on became really loyal customers.
Oh.
Once we opened, the world opened back up, so to speak, all those people were reaching out wanting more events. So ever since then, I've done at least one character event every month, sometimes 2 or 3, where I'll rent a wedding venue like I was doing then, or an Airbnb. We'll make it ticketed. So we'll sell tickets to it, and then we'll have people come, and we'll do time slots if we have to. And it just works out really well.
What are some odd requests you've had from your clients?
Oh goodness, there's so many. When I was writing up the email to you about them, I was like, how many of these do I actually put in here? What is okay to say and what is not? So we get a lot of bachelor party requests, which are really weird. They want Cinderella to come to their bachelor party, which we don't do. We primarily do children, but and we will do adult parties, but not those kind of adult parties.
Right.
One that I got the other day was actually a bachelorette party. It was hilarious. They actually requested Chip and Dale, and they wanted to put on their invitation that Chip and Dale dancers were going to be there at their bachelorette party, making people think they were Chip and Dale dancers, but in fact it was Chip and Dale the characters. I don't have Chip and Dale, but it was a hilarious request. I thought it was pretty funny.
That's cute.
A lot of wives will request to send princesses to their husbands' works for their birthday to embarrass them. That's another one we get a lot of too.
Oh, how fun. I like that. And what are your next goals over the next year?
Oh, goals. Let's see. I really want to get a venue. I want to have my own venue. I don't know if that's over the next year or maybe the next 2 years, depending how this year goes. But I really want to open my own venue and be able to do parties, just one location where we could do themed parties. Because we already do the events as it is, but if we're gonna have a Moana party, I want to be able to decorate the room, beach theme, and have a whole Moana party with Moana and Maui. And if we were to do a Cinderella party, I want to have the whole glass, chandeliers and pretty tablecloths and that kind of stuff to do those kind of parties.
Well, this has been a lovely interview. I learned so much about your business, which is awesome. Sarah, thank you so much for coming to Community Connection and sharing your business with us. Hopefully we'll post this live so that everybody could know what you do and generate more business for you. Everyone, help me say thank you to Sarah. We'll post another video next week, and you guys could find out who our next person is going to be. Once again, my name is Erica Peterson, owner of EP Realty with Realty One Group Signature. And of course, my guest today is Sarah Wilding, owner of Characters and Crown. And thank you for coming on Community Connection.
Thanks
See
so
you
much
next
for having
time.
me. Bye.